everyone, I'm Kika.
I'm Dan.
And welcome to our little home.
We are anchored just east of Amsterdam right now in the Netherlands, so welcome on board.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day, so it's a lovely day to show you around. And this is obviously the deck.
This is on deck.
This is our balcony.
The mast.
With a beautiful view. And
there's a lot of boats out here today, actually.
Yeah.
Should we go down below?
Yeah, let's go down.
Bit of an inside tour.
Follow me! Or Dan.
Follow her.
Like, which way do I go? And here we are. Welcome to inside our home.
Home sweet home.
Yeah, she is a 36-foot boat, and that's what, 11.8 meters, I believe.
Yeah, I think you're on it.
Yeah.
12 feet wide, 13 feet wide. It's
just
like
enough for 2 people.
It's like a one-room cabin.
Yeah, yeah. So behind me we have our galley, aka the kitchen. This is his territory right here, because he's the cook of the family.
Fridge is under here where our diesel motor used to be, and
yep.
We've got all the other storage we built in above it. Oops, sorry, utensils. All the plates and cups and bowls, and then pots and pans are down here. Put in a giant sort of residential size sink. We rotated it sideways because we have this awkwardly long countertop. And then our pantry's under here, which is like a rotating, we call it Hefty Susan. This massive rotating pantry. It works really, really well. It can store a ton of food. It's on a 600-pound bearing or something like that. So it can take a lot of food. And then freezer's under here where our old stove used to be. We used to have a gimbaled oven that we removed because we don't really use an oven. Instead, we built in the microwave and stove back here. So we can slide it out, it locks in place, and then this thing's gimbaled. And since it's a boat stove, it's always dirty. Because pots and pans go flying while we cook. That's about it. That's the whole galley. All of this space used to be where our diesel motor was. But when we removed it and went electric, it opened up a ton of storage space for us to fill with all our kitchen utensils instead.
And behind me here, this is where I spend most of my days. This is my office, the nav desk. This is where I edit the videos and reply to comments. And this is where we just did this not too long ago, where we had a system where we wanted to sit in front of each other like normal people. And so we can both work at the same time, and Dan can sit on the bench while I sit here in this lovely space and do some work.
It's nice to have one big open tabletop.
Yeah. Do you want to demonstrate the nook?
This is my office.
Yeah.
It's the right height as well for me to work. We used to spend a lot of time at coffee shops too, so this feels like home for us. And
finally
it's
stare
nice.
at each other.
Rather than like sitting on a lap or like up against something typing on a laptop, it's not so much fun. And then this is also, we call this space the nook. It used to be a normal sort of settee, and there was a big folding table in the middle, but it just made the whole space feel very small. And so we opened it up and turned it into this big flat, almost a twin-size mattress, I believe. It's almost a queen-size mattress actually. And so it turns into our like construction zone when we're renovating the boat, or we put an air mattress on here and we have guests and they can sleep 2 people here, or we can do yoga here or work out if it's raining outside. It's basically sort of like a multi-tool of spaces, and we use it, I think, more than any other space in the boat.
And do you want to talk about the tools that are underneath?
Yeah, so underneath here, we have 2 water tanks, one on each side, and they're 30 gallons each, which is enough to last us about 2 weeks. And then everything else is storage, which right now is all tools, because we're still in the middle of a refit. So everything that you don't see is tools.
And then the bench moves.
We actually have some Amsterdam charts hiding underneath there to keep them flat. And then yeah, this slides back and forth. We can actually use this as like a work surface too if we want to, or it folds up out of the way for when people are sleeping here or we're doing yoga or something like that. We don't need it down. And it slides along on a sail track. What else?
Well, I can take over. So put back the cushion on the bench table sliding thing. On this side, so just like here, we have a water tank there. They're each 30 gallons. So 60 total. And then we have some more storage over there. It's not the best organized system right now.
Just camera gear.
But it's always a work in progress. So this is camera gear and GoPro stuff and drone stuff. And then on this side we have our bags and backpacks and then blankets, because we just spent the summer, we just spent the winter in the UK. So we definitely needed all the blankets we could have. Yeah, and then right couple steps back, we have the Cubit mini stove, which was amazing for the winter because our boat is electric, we don't have a diesel powered stove or a diesel powered heater, so we only have this little wooden heater. And if we are plugged into a marina, then we have a little bit of a little electric heater, but for the most part this is just enough for heating this entire space, which is beautiful. And then I hope we can all fit. More forward, we have our closet, our hanging locker, which is where we put all our jackets and our foul weather gear when we're out sailing so that they can dry out. And then switch space. Right here is our master bathroom. As you can tell, it's not that big of a space, but it's basically, it has everything we need, from a toilet to storage space, and all this is storage. And then here is more storage. And then I'm gonna have to do that for you. I'm gonna have to take a second. So this is what our sink is going to be like. It's still a work in progress, so we haven't hooked up anything yet. But ideally, when we're out sailing, we can close it up so it's out of the way, especially with the corners. But if we need a sink out anchor, we can just open it up and close it and lash it if we need to. And yeah, then we have a nice shower system that's perfect for 2 of us. And that's all we need in the master bathroom. And then if you follow me, the final, most important space of this entire boat is the master bedroom, aka the V-berth. This is where we sleep. So we have our clothes storage there, and then our bed here, and then underneath it is also storage spaces. So in the forward locker we have our chain locker for the anchor, and then a little bit off of it we have like extra sails, and then on each side is the hot water system and then extra plumbing stuff. And that is all there is about our boat. Small but efficient.
Trick to boat tours is to make sure Kika does them, because our whole boat looks bigger.
Yeah.
Kika does the boat tour. It looks like a 60-foot yacht.
Yeah, if Dan gives a tour, then the boat will just feel so much smaller than if I give it, because I am like that's the difference in height.
So how long have you been living on this boat?
5 years now?
Yeah.
Over 5 years. We're coming up on 6 years this October. Yeah. We bought the boat and spent a year and a half in Florida on the hard, getting it to sail again. And then we put it in the water and spent another 6 months getting the systems to a point where we could leave Florida. And then we've been sort of sailing and refitting the boat every couple of months for the past 5 years.
For the past 5 years.
Yeah. The refit's not done yet, but we enjoy sailing in between, and then we settle down for a couple of months and do some big projects. And then go sailing again. We get tired of doing projects, we sail, and when the sailing season's over, we do projects again.
Our philosophy was that we don't want to wait till everything was perfect, because there's no point waiting if you can move forward and keep working on what you love as you move forward. So we kept sailing from place to place, and everywhere we could save up a little more money, then we would do more upgrades. And now here we are in Europe.
Save up some money, spend it all on a refit. Go sailing, save up some more money, spend it all on a refit.
Yeah.
That's about it.
You guys are in the Netherlands right now? Like,
yeah.
What's up next?
That's a good question. We're planning to leave here in a couple of weeks. We have a couple of shipments and mail and some paperwork stuff we have to do. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully still sail north this summer up to Norway, Iceland, Faroe, Shetland, and then down to the Med next fall. And we'll probably spend another year sailing around in the Med. And then who knows?
Then we'll see.
East, west, north, south.
Yeah.
Decide when we get there.
So what do you like best about the Netherlands then?
Well, the
Everyone
people.
sails here.
The people here are just so nice. And there's so many sail, but I mean, it's one of the biggest sailing community in the world, isn't it?
Probably one of the oldest sailing communities in the world, I guess.
And everybody's just out sailing their boat and enjoying the day.
And actually sailing. We're used to being the only boat sailing through narrow channels and canals, but here we are definitely not the only ones who are out sailing in these tiny little canals and stuff. So it's been fun. And today there's like 100 boats out around us, all sailing and having fun. It's beautiful to watch. And cool boats too, like these big flat bottom like old shipping barges, and then all these little tiny little wooden boats. There's a huge variety of boats here, and it's fun to watch them all go by.
Great. Well, enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Happy travels.
Yeah, and thanks for stopping by, everyone. And I hope you enjoyed the tour of a little boat. Catch you on the other side.
Bye.
That's my signing off moment right there. Subscribe!
Can't be YouTubers without a subscribe pillow.